Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Miranda Moon Magic. So this reading is going to be for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the year of 2020. So this reading is going to look at love, career, yourself, spirituality, just anything that comes through in this reading for you guys for the year of 2020. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a couple oracle cards for each quarter of the year, and we're going to talk about that a little bit, just the general energies going on, and then I'm going to pull a tarot card for each month, so going month by month, the energies that are going to be happening for you guys in each month of 2020. So if you guys want to watch your Venus sign reading, if you're more interested in love, your moon for like internal emotional stuff, and your rising for like stuff outside of yourself, the way people are going to perceive you, any people who could be coming into your life, I recommend that you check out those other sign readings. They're going to be linked in the description. So yeah, I hope you guys like this reading. Don't forget to like the video if you did, and give me a subscribe. I post a lot of pick a card readings, and I'm going to be posting a lot more stuff in the new year. So if you're watching this in 2019, definitely stick around. Okay, so I already shuffled and cut the cards. So I'm just going to pull, oh, I forgot. So I did a little meditation before this reading, and I got a few words that came out that I wanted to talk about before I pulled the cards. So the two main words I got for you guys were evolution or evolve and determination. I feel like with most of the readings that I'm doing for 2020, I feel like there's a lot of change happening. There's change happening for everybody, of course, in different aspects of their life, but this just feels like a year of like an evolution of people. Like it feels like such a natural progression for everyone throughout the year, whether the beginning of the year has endings or beginnings or whatever's happening in the year. This year is going to just change a lot. I feel like you're going to look at the beginning of the year to the end of the year and see like you're a completely different person. So much has changed. So evolution, you're evolving with your determination. So this is something that you're really passionate about, you're really determined to have success in, and that's going to slowly evolve. And what you're dreaming of, I feel like, is going to come into reality. But I also got the term fantasy island in my meditation. So I first got the word fantasy, but then island followed that. And I watched a trailer for a movie called Fantasy Island a couple weeks ago, and the kind of premise to the movie is these people go to this fantasy kind of like what's that show called? I forget. I don't want to harp on that, but it's like they go into this underground thing where it's like they think that their fantasy is gonna be like a fake, like a reenactment, but it ends up being real, and then they realize that what they had hoped for, like their fantasies, any like revenge or anything that they had hoped for in the past, actually they didn't want anymore, that it was scary and it was just a fantasy. So I feel like some of the fantasies you guys could be having, I mean, you're Pisces, you're dreamy, you're in your head. I feel like some of the fantasies you guys have are not supposed to come to fruition, because if they did, that could completely change things, maybe not for the better. But I mean, they're good as fantasies. I feel like just making sure you're distinguishing between fantasies and reality and keeping that balance is really important for you guys, because I also got the word cloud in my meditation. So it also reminds me of the oracle card discernment in my Queen of the Moon oracle deck, where she's kind of in a cloud and she's like trying to figure out what's fantasy, what's reality, discerning between the two. So I also got the colors blue and green. So these colors were like coming together and creating this kind of teal, blue, green orb for me in my meditation. Blue and green represent for me the throat chakra and the heart chakra. So it feels like communicating your emotions and communicating your intuition is going to be really important for you guys this year. Communicating effectively is what I heard. I also heard the term increased workload. So it feels like a lot more work is coming in for you guys in this year. I also got South Node. So some of you guys, your South Node might be in Pisces, or this is kind of like a year for you guys learning a lot about the person you're becoming. Like you're on your life's path, but through this journey, it's like you're coming down. It's like a circle, right? You're on your life's path. Oh, I gotta learn this lesson again. On your life's path, I gotta learn this lesson again. So it feels like very up and down this year. In karmic lessons, that doesn't mean like up and down. It feels like a steady evolution, but it feels like there are lessons along the way that you guys need to learn. I also, for love, got the term blue collar. So that's really interesting. I feel like some of you guys might be with like a powerful person. Maybe they work in some sort of law. They could be a judge, a lawyer. Maybe they're in the military, because I also, when I got the term standard relationship, there was an emphasis on the ship. So maybe some of you guys are dating somebody who's in like the Navy, or they're traveling. I also heard powerful leader, but the ship could also kind of mean that you guys are traveling from being in this relationship, which also makes me think of military. But maybe this person you're with gets a job, gets a job somewhere else, and you end up traveling to a different state, country with them, being in the relationship. I also heard gratitude and deserving. So I feel like you guys are really grateful for whatever's happening in your life. You're making sure the universe realizes that, and you're making sure you remind yourself and the universe that you are deserving of things that are coming to you, and you're so grateful. You're using the law of attraction with that, and that's bringing more closer to you. Okay, so that's about all I got. I know that was a lot. So I'm gonna start with the oracle cards now for each quarter of the year 2020 for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And if you guys hear any ruckus going on down the hallway, I have a room that is full of foster kittens, and they're being a little crazy today, so I'm sorry. Okay, so Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the sign. Oh, so this is the same card I got for the Aquarius reading in the same placement. So some of you guys might also have Aquarius in your chart. Maybe your Aquarius Venus, or your sun is in Aquarius. Not so much moon, I'm getting. So Saturn return age. This represents maturity, growing up, figuring out how to be an adult. You know, your Saturn return. Some of you guys might actually be about to have your Saturn return, or it's going to happen this year, or that energy, even if it's about to happen in 2 years, I feel like you're kind of preparing for that, and you can feel that shift and that transition coming soon. This is about, this is almost like a quarter life crisis, which is interesting because I'm doing quarters. Quarter life crisis. It's like you're no longer a kid anymore. You can't party how you used to. You can't drink how you used to. You're just getting bummed about it. But it's like through that, you're evolving into this adult, and this mature adult who's learning more about work, how to deal with work, how to have a healthy relationship, how to have a healthy balanced life and relationship. With the Void of Course Moon missing on the bottom of the deck, I feel like you're in this transition period this year. With the evolution word coming out, this could definitely be just like figuring out lessons in also being a leader. I heard the term powerful leader, so it might be you who's the powerful leader. Might be both of you if you're in a relationship, or if this is someone you meet this year, could be both of you as well, that are almost like a power couple. Maybe you're not doing the same things, but it's like you're both powerful in whatever you're doing. You're really growing up this year. You're figuring things out. You're becoming who you're supposed to be. And through that comes hard lessons and through that transition. But I think you guys are learning. This to me also makes me think that somebody could be stuck in their ways or not wanting to listen to you, or you could be that way for someone else. Definitely remain open. Maybe this could have to do with you being stuck in your fantasy island, so to speak, and not when somebody is trying to give you genuine advice and genuine guidance on how to deal with something like in the physical world, you being stuck in your fantasy, you don't fully get that. So you could be kind of stuck in your ways, and change needs to happen in your mentality and your perspective. Okay, so the second quarter of 2020 for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Jupiter return benefits. I also just saw 1111 on my timer, on my camera. Also, what were we just talking about? Transformation, like in the, oh my gosh, and that's 11 too. Some of you guys might be seeing 1111, but that's also a number of powerful manifestation for you guys. It feels like you're seeing that number, you're making a wish, you're dreaming, believing, and it's gonna happen. What is that Disney quote? I don't remember. It's like a Disney quote or something. Dreaming is believing. Oh yeah, dreaming is believing, right? Right? I don't know. Jupiter return benefits though. This is about something with your life path, something with luck, career. This is about you going towards your life's purpose. I read something the other day that, I don't know if this is true or not, so don't quote me, but this will help me explain it. That Freddie Mercury, he played his first show on the day of his Jupiter return. So this is a transition for you in career and arts and your life's purpose that you're meant to do. This is something that's going to transition you into the career, the life that is going to be for your highest good, give you the most abundance. So third quarter 2020 for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Third quarter of 2020 for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh no. I dropped everything. Okay, I am gonna take that. So the Capricorn card came out for me. I also saw this as I was shuffling a couple times. Also, it's the number 22, so you guys could be seeing 22 a lot. Or that's also the balance that I was talking about in the meditation, learning how to, oh my gosh, and the green and blue I was talking about. This is all green and blue. Learning how to communicate your emotions more effectively. With this blue in the center here, I feel like the middle of the year is going to be where your voice is going to need to be heard. What you feel needs to be put into words and vocalized in an effective way for people to be able to understand you. Some of you guys might have Capricorn in your chart as well, but I feel like you guys are really coming into a stable place. You could be starting to make money on something creative. These two cards fell out as well. They are face down. So this could be something that's been in the works for a minute, and this really starts to give you what you want in the physical world around the third quarter of 2020. Capricorn is all about material. This also is money for me. So especially with the stability card, some of you might be buying a house. This could be moving again with like a partner, with in a relationship, growing with this person, becoming who you're supposed to be. Also, with the word I use, I feel like you're using your resources to your advantage. So whatever you have available, whether it be like objects, tools that could help you, people that could promote whatever you're doing. This is physical things that are going to help you transition up and move up in your career or creative path that you're making into a career. With the 10th house, the world, on the bottom of the deck, this is definitely like you're meeting people maybe in the community that are going to help promote you and get you to where you want to be. Yeah, friends. There you go. Also moving up from 34 to 35. Cookie, what are you doing? Okay, so fourth quarter of 2020 for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, so I have Saturn Truth. Again, some of you guys might have Aquarius or Capricorn in your charts. I definitely recommend you guys watch those readings as well if you do, because I think this card came out in the, it might have been Sagittarius reading. Some of you guys could have Sagittarius in your chart, but more so Aquarius and Capricorn, excuse me. This is about seeing the truth and learning. It's interesting that we have Saturn return at the beginning of the year, and then we have Saturn at the end of the year. So any like heavy transitions that you're going to be going through, any stress with like money and your job and like growing up, maturity, you're going to be dealing with at the beginning of the year is going to like level out and balance by the end of the year. I don't see that being a problem at the end of the year. Oh, Cookie, thank you. She found my rose quartz. So this could be a relationship with the rose quartz. Any problems with a relationship are going to be balanced out if that's what's going on. The Capricorn card is also the devil, so there could be some like toxic situations in a relationship going on. But I feel like I don't see this heavy, so it feels more so that it's going to transition and it's going to level out. So I mean, relationships, ups and downs, especially like if you guys are married or in like a committed monogamous relationship, if you're watching this, then this could be that. You guys are just having problems and then it all gets figured out in the end, but there's some problems for a minute. But you love each other and you realize and you recognize you love each other and you want to work it out. Saturn Truth, this also talks about spreading a message for me in this situation. So you guys might be communicating some things that you've learned along your journey to the public in some way. I almost get like you standing at a podium and speaking, maybe not necessarily, but just a lot of people listening to you. This could be on the internet, social media. A lot of people are listening to you because what they hear you speaking is truth. And they really resonate with your energy. For some of you, this could definitely be like social media or this creative thing you're doing that's going to benefit you. A lot of people seeing that and hearing that and trusting you. Hearing truth from what you're saying. So I'm just going to pull another oracle card for each quarter of the year 2020. Ooh. So, oh, okay. So I think it was in my Aquarius reading. Might have been in the Sagittarius reading. I got the Saturn return card, and I believe I didn't get this card, but I kept seeing the word power. I might be mixing them up, but I'm not too sure. But this is so beautiful to see at the beginning of the year. Power. It's like this transition is going into the new year, into the new decade. This is going to be so powerful, and it feels like any struggles that you guys have, you're really going to be taking them in stride. Any transitions, having faith that it's all going to work out, really trusting in your spirituality. Again, this is very similar to the Aquarius reading. Really trusting and having faith in your spirituality that everything's going to work out. You're not letting things overwhelm you, because you guys are highly spiritual people. You understand the process and what it takes to go through things. You guys might even be, if you're dealing with a problem one day, you decide to look at your transit chart and you're like, oh, this transit's going on, of course I'm having a problem. So you guys are able to recognize and pinpoint what's going on so that you can better deal with it and handle situations that are going on at the beginning of the year. Powerful. Again, I get like you speaking at a podium, or you being like the face of something, the voice of something. So second quarter of 2019. This is interesting. So I got darkness. So on the bottom of the deck here, I had Void of Course, Moon missing. And this card is very similar to that for me. This is about the in-between, but it's not the void. So this is almost like having to go through a period of stagnation to all of a sudden, boom, everything's right in front of you. It's like you've been working, maybe you're kind of getting a little bit bummed about things not working out, or maybe you're feeling like, oh, this road is so long, it's so dark, I can't see the end of it, what's going to happen? But then all of a sudden, all this pops in, all these benefits. This could be money, gaining recognition. Some of you guys might have Jupiter in Pisces or in the 12th house. 12th house, Jupiter in the 12th house is very spiritual, and it's like their life path is to do something spiritual. So that could be what you guys are doing. With balance on the bottom of the deck, I feel like this is balancing your emotions. I mean, like I said before, I feel like you guys could, oh, and here's the cloud. This isn't the card I was talking about, but she's in a cloud too. This is balancing fantasy and reality, and learning to, or making sure that you're remaining conscious about telling the difference between the two. So third quarter of the year. I also saw 2222 on the timer a little bit ago when I was talking, and then 22 is right here in the Capricorn card. So third quarter, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I also heard the word valid. So it feels like your validity, is that a word? Validity is going to be reassured in the second to third quarter of this year. It's like you might be feeling like, is all of this worth it? All this effort I'm putting in? And then all of a sudden, when you question after you've been working so hard, and it's like, ugh, is this really worth it for all the effort I'm putting in? And then all of a sudden, your hard work is validated with things that you can see, tangible numbers, growth, money, all that good stuff. So I have the Path card. So this is, maybe you guys could be starting some sort of, I mean, I feel like this is all intertwined with this new creative venture, but this could honestly be you having a super unique idea and going forward in that. Maybe you guys are starting a new series of what you're doing. I say series like it's a video series or something, but it could be this is a completely like original, cool idea that people might follow with you, but you're the one who started it. It feels like this is going to gain you a lot of anything, money, followers. It feels like you just need to be pushed up the path. Every time I get this card, it feels like you just need a little push. You just need to believe in yourself. You need to trust in your power. This Queen of the Moon sovereignty card, it just feels like I'm getting the image, you know, like in Game of Thrones. This is kind of a crazy, like, dramatic correlation, but you know when like Cersei's up in the tower and she's watching all of the village like burn and like just be destroyed. I don't see that happening here, but I just get the image of you being like the queen in your tower, just watching over your village and everyone paying attention to you. Everyone seeing you as this powerful person who speaks truth going into the 4th quarter of the year. So Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for 2020. Realization. I believe I got this card in the Capricorn reading. With Capricorn here, you guys might be, you might have a Capricorn in your life that's helping you with this whole journey. It could be an earth sign in general, Capricorn or Aquarius as well, is what I see. Realization with this Truth card. I feel like you guys could be realizing some sort of secret. Maybe you've even been hiding from yourself. This could honestly be some sort of hidden talent that you didn't even know you had, and all of a sudden I can also see this something coming to you in a dream, some sort of like realization that you have a dream about, and then you wake up, you like interpret the dream, you figure out what it all meant, and you're like, wow, that's really like the whole reason of why all this is happening, or that's really what I need to be focusing on right now. With this card, it feels like you're shrunk. You're like Alice in Wonderland or something. I don't know, I'm gonna say that. I mean, okay, I'll say it. So I also feel like, you know, in Alice in Wonderland where they kind of, they say that it's supposed to have been like a drug trip, like LSD or DMT or something, like mushrooms, like she took and then she like envisioned all this. Also with fantasy island, going back to this, that could be talking about this, you kind of slipping into this fantasy world, maybe when you're under some sort of influence, and it's like you're seeing the truth with something's like a huge spiritual experience. This does make me feel like you guys could be like traveling to like Arizona or something and like doing an ayahuasca retreat for a niche group of you guys, definitely. But this is some sort of like huge spiritual realization. Again, it could just be a dream and you guys are able to interpret and figure out what everything means. Yeah. It also makes me feel like the lock in Coraline, you know, the key being a huge part of Coraline, symbolizing the entrance, the middle between the spiritual world and the physical world. So like fantasy and what's happening in front of you. So I feel like this could be that as well. You guys really slipping into one of the or the other. This is definitely slipping into fantasy and figuring something out through that. I mean, you guys don't need anything necessarily to have this like intense spiritual experience, but I definitely think for some of you this could be something that you're interested in doing or something you do. Oops. Okay. So now I'm going to pull a tarot card for each month. Okay, so January 2020 for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. January 2020 for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This blue collar love could also be what this Capricorn is talking about. This Capricorn energy, them just being very like structured and a leader and possibly like military person. Again, this could be travel also in the third quarter of the year. Maybe you're actually going on a physical path. Maybe you find out that you guys need to move in the second quarter, and that kind of bringing about, wow, like I just felt comfortable here and now I gotta move again. But then going forward and then realizing that it was all for you to, it was all about this evolution, the word evolution coming out again. That's what I'll probably title this video, evolution, the evolution. I love that. Realizing that it was all for a reason that you couldn't see in the moment, but it all happened for your benefit. Realizing it was meant to take you on this spiritual journey. So for January 2020, I have the Two of Pentacles. This could be, again, about balance, balancing reality and fantasy, but this could also be about possibly balancing two jobs. This could be maybe you're working in your job, but you're also trying to start this creative business, or you're going to school and you're working, or you're just doing two things and you're trying to juggle both things. Seven of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck is maybe money isn't at its highest right now, but you're working hard and you're getting to a point where it's going to be successful. Also, this could be possibly, I mean, with the Saturn return card here, this could also be you guys learning how to manage your finances or manage your time. Time management could be important for you in the new year. Maybe you're making a New Year's resolution about time management. So in February 2020, I got the Five of Pentacles. So this is telling me that, again, with money, physical things, money, security is going to be a little bit up in the air for you guys at the beginning of the year. But I feel like with the Hermit on the bottom of the deck, this is very much similar to this power energy. Even though this little bit of a struggle is happening at the beginning of the year, you're understanding that there's a reason for it, and you're going within and you're feeling powerful within yourself, and you're doing your best to manifest and get through the situation and to just go with the flow of what the universe is giving you and what lessons they're sending you. Okay, so March 2020. Also, I got that any plans you have in the beginning of the year might just, the universe is going to say no. Any plans that you're going to have are just going to be thrown out the window. It's like, I see you like writing stuff down, creating like, having a planner at the beginning of the year, and then it's like everything you just have to mark off and be like, set it back, I'll do this later. I also saw 3333 on the timer just now, and it's 12:33 on the clock, so 33. You guys might be seeing that, but I feel like any plans you make, it's like you're gonna write a list down during the day, and then something unexpected is gonna happen. You got to go all the way over here, and maybe like your car breaks down or something. I don't want to jinx it for you guys, but your car could break down at the beginning of the year, and you were like, I had everything together. I had my money together. It was perfect. It was all working out. I was putting this much into savings, this much into, you know, I was figuring it out. And now my car broke down. Really? Now I have to throw $1,000 to get this fixed. Like, this is so annoying. It could be something like that. You're understanding that it's happening for a reason, but you're like, why? So the 10 of Wands for March, you guys are just going to have a lot on your plate. You're going to be feeling really busy and overwhelmed possibly. Again, with all this happening in your day-to-day life, all this stuff you're learning, money being a little bit up in the air, feeling like you have to work, and you're not getting much in return, or what you are, it's going straight into something else that you didn't necessarily expect. This is a lot of pressure being put on you. This could be from yourself or other people around you. In all this, you're trusting though, and you need to remind yourself that what you want is going to happen. This is just a little delay. This is temporary. It's not forever. Remind yourself that, and you're going to get through this. February, March, April 2020 for Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. April 2020. Okay, so I have the Judgment card for April 2020. I feel like this is when a transition is going to start happening. Well, by transition, I mean from this overwhelmed, hard to deal with, I'm growing up, I'm having to deal with bills and money and managing that, and my car is breaking down. I have to fix this problem with my house, all that stuff going on. Through this like maturity shift and having to like be a grown-up or quote unquote adult. You could be saying like, ugh, I have to adult, which, I mean, we're adults. But now I have the Judgment card. With this imagery, I feel like this is like you being ready to go forward into this new transformation, with the butterfly being a transformation to the cat trying to get the butterfly. You just being ready to jump into this new opportunity that's presenting itself. So with the Jupiter return card, I feel like all of a sudden, because of these lessons you learn, the universe is like, good job. Here's an offer for you guys. This is growth in your career, what you're doing, you seeing some sort of change in what you've been wanting. This could be career, a love situation, seeing change, seeing a new opportunity presenting itself. Maybe you could be giving somebody another chance, giving something another chance. And I feel like it's going to pay off. Maybe literally pay off with money. March, April, May. I feel like this opportunity will present itself, but it's up to you guys to choose whether it's something that you want or not. So you could kind of go either way with this. And that could be kind of like what this darkness card is talking about, like you being a little bit indecisive and like, I don't know which way to go, or I see the two diverging paths, but which one do I take? Because I can't see the ending on either one. So you're just kind of having to trust your intuition with this new opportunity that's presenting itself, and trusting that it is what it seems. Whether it be someone saying they're sorry and like, give me another chance, or you're feeling like in your intuition, okay, I will. Even if you're questioning it, just trusting that decision that you make. So in May, Six of Wands, there's going to be success. I feel like in either road you take, you're going to have success and feel good about it. There's going to be physical change in results. So it's like, whereas before maybe you weren't feeling very validated. Again, I get the word validated, but now that's starting to evolve and you're starting to see the results and I almost get like you being congratulated. Like maybe you're hitting a milestone this month in May and you're being congratulated for your accomplishments. With Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck, this is interesting because with all the success going on, there could be some people coming into your life that might want to try and take it for themselves or take advantage of you, or they just don't have genuine intentions. Okay, so June 2019. As with anything with success, there's going to be people who want to take advantage, whether it be money or like, here, I want to be friends with you, but... I mean, they wouldn't say but, they'd just say, I want to be friends with you, but you're going to have to figure out whether this person is genuine or not. So June 2020. Did I say 2019? I didn't mean to. Okay, so June 2020. had Ten of Pentacles and Wheel of Fortune come out. This could also mean this movement happening in June. Literal movement, like moving homes, moving your family. If you have dogs and cats, it's like they're all upset about the move, but it's like finally when you're settled in, you feel so much better. Okay, so Seven of Swords for June 2020. So again, this is what I was talking about. Going from the Six of Wands energy, hitting this milestone, being congratulated, having genuine people around you, but all of a sudden when you get more recognition, there are going to be more negative people coming into your life, and people who want to take advantage of you and want the same things that you have, and are going to be as sneaky and do whatever they can to get them. So that's definitely something to watch out for these couple months. Yeah, they want what you have because they see how successful you're becoming. They could be a little jealous, definitely. So July 2020, I have the King of Wands. So this is movement again for me. You guys could be traveling this month. I should get a lot of travel for you guys. This could literally be moving houses, like I keep saying, but this could also be traveling. Maybe you're going to another country, you're going on vacation in July. It feels like this could be vacation because it's almost like I'm throwing in the towel, like she's throwing her hat, and I get like I'm throwing in the towel. This could be a beach vacation with the beach here and the beach house in the background. It just feels like you're relaxing and you're just like, I succeeded, I'm taking a break now. Wow, I did so good, I'm so powerful, like wow, I feel good. And it could be even needing to take a break from this negativity for a minute and coming back with a new mindset and a fresh perspective. Taking like a group vacation too. Maybe you're taking a vacation with like family or friends or like another couple. Maybe you're taking a vacation to somebody and they're like having you stay in like their beach house for a week. Okay, so August 2020, I have the Nine of Cups. So this is wish fulfillment. This is like everything I've wanted has come to fruition. It's all there. It's all in front of me. Everything I wished for at the beginning of the year, and it was kind of like, I have this struggle going on. You knew it was all gonna happen. You knew it was gonna happen all along, but there could have been times throughout the year where you felt a little bit iffy about whether it would happen. I feel like this is you guys, this King of Cups. You guys are in your power, emotional, intuitive, a leader with emotions. And I just slid the deck up and the High Priestess was right there. So you guys are definitely intuitively powerful. This creative opportunity could definitely be something spiritual for a lot of you guys and being successful in whatever you're doing. I also see the beach again. So it could be you guys are moving to the beach. Some of you guys. Definitely. And like you're meditating on the beach and you're like picking up seashells and you like have your dog with you. Aw. Or cat. Maybe you're like taking your cat on a walk on the beach. Building a sand castle. Just like having fun and meditating and getting in touch with your... I also heard feminine side. I was gonna say intuition, but I also heard getting in touch with your feminine side. So maybe, I mean feminine being intuitive, emotional. So getting in touch with your emotions. A lot of you guys might be empaths. So you're learning how, or you're practicing how to distinguish your emotions from other people's. So September 2020. September 2020. September. Oh, man. Okay, I'm just going to take the one that fell on the table. So I have the Eight of Swords here. Ooh. So in September, some of you guys might be dealing with a blockage. This could be a spiritual blockage. Or this could also be, like I said, with the Capricorn card being connected to the devil for me. This could be just some like toxic energies, toxic people you guys are around in this month, and that kind of blocking you and setting you back a little bit. If you remember in the meditation, I was talking about like ups and downs of learning lessons. I definitely see that here, especially these 2 months, and then these 2 months. These 2 months. It's a slow progression up, like I had been saying, but there's little south node lessons coming out. It's like a quick little like little circle, you know. So the Eight of Swords here is definitely something coming into your life that's really gonna block you for a second. This is a creative blockage. Maybe if guys are writers, this could be a writer's blockage. But it's all within yourself. I think focusing on spirituality, maybe making it less about money in your head, less pressure on yourself, could help release this blockage. Maybe you guys aren't making the same amount of money you did a few months ago, and you guys are getting a little bit stressed out, like, uh-oh, has it already peaked, you know? So I feel like not getting too much in your head, not overthinking, doing what you love and reminding yourself of why you started what you're doing. This is very similar to the Aquarius reading, so I recommend you guys watching that as well. If you have Aquarius in your chart, of course. But this is a very similar message to some of you will have Aquarius in your chart. It's like she could very easily just untie that and get out of those swords, but there's environmental things happening in her life where she feels like she can't. She's stuck in her head, and this fantasy, again, about, I could call this fantasy island as well, but you're stuck in this fantasy about, I'm stuck, even though you could just get out of the swords. You could just walk out. You could be having this, again, struggle with fantasy and reality this month. But I do feel like this is more so monetary gain decreasing or not being as you expected. The growth this month and getting very in your head and stuck about it. Like, am I doing the right thing? Do people like me? Okay. So October 2020. October 2020. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. October 2020 for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So I have the Hermit. Definitely going within yourself, doing some meditation, practicing spiritual stuff will definitely help give you the wisdom, is what I want to hear. I also noticed the owl up there. It's like he's giving wisdom. This could also be a Capricorn trying to give you advice, like I spoke about earlier. And it's like you're not really understanding their advice because they're very rational and you're in this fantasy. And it's like you can't figure it out. It's like they're saying it to you, but it's just not, it's not staying in the mind. It's just going in one ear and out the other. So, and it's not because you're not listening, it's just because you're stuck in this like fantasy of it all. The Moon, secrets, not seeing things as they truly are. Again, being stuck in the fantasy of it all. Fantasy island. It's like, what if this happened? What if, like, it's like you're saying to yourself, what if this just happened differently? I want to know what the outcome would be if I took this other route. Like Judgment says, making that decision, like I spoke about earlier. You might be getting in your head and like, this isn't working out how I thought it would. What would happen? What would have happened if I took that other path? The other path that you couldn't see the outcome of before. And you can't now either. But you're not meant to. It's not about like looking back and regretting or saying what ifs. It's about what's happening now. And I think you need to remind yourself of that. Neither decision that you made over here was the wrong decision. It was just leading you on two separate paths. And it wasn't even that dramatic as I'm saying. It's just two separate, it feels like more internal paths, emotional paths, two different journeys. Maybe if this is even like, do I move or do I stay here? And oh, I moved, but it's not working out how I thought it would. Everything. And now I'm regretting it. Should I have stayed where I was? Should I have stayed where I was mentally or went on the other path? I also heard motivation. So you guys could lose some motivation around this time that you had near the middle of the year. You guys could start to lose some motivation because you're not seeing results. So Three of Pentacles, this is motivation too. This is teamwork, growth in career. This is just the beginning of something, but it's going to be very like prosperous is what I'm hearing. Very abundant is also what I'm hearing. This could also be you guys, I don't know if I said it before, but like starting, oh yeah, I did, with the path. I feel like you guys are having a new creative, completely unique idea, and you're now putting that into action. You might have been stuck in your head about it, like, is this the right thing for me to do? I've never seen anyone do this before. Are people gonna have pushback? And with anything new, with anything unique and I mean completely new, there's going to be pushback from people, because it's kind of just that like mentality. When something's new, it's new, it's scary, I don't want to understand it, I don't like it. They just like push it aside immediately. But that's how growth in society, that's how change happens, is when we give a unique perspective, and then slowly but surely people start to understand, because more and more people are able to explain it and help them understand. So this could be you helping people understand things that you've learned, but also you helping yourself understand things that you need to learn. I also see this again, like I said before, you standing up in a podium and like giving a speech. I definitely see this here. Or like if some of you are in school, this could be you giving like your end of the year or like super important presentation for a class. Maybe this is like 50% of your grade and you're giving this presentation with this group of people. Or you're giving a speech with this group of people, with your team. You're pushing for what you believe in. Anyone who's having pushback with what you believe in, it's like you have the answers already. You know, it sucks when people don't really understand, and when they're saying, asking you a question in like an antagonizing way, like you're the problem. It's like, I'm just trying to get people to understand, man. Like, I don't know why you're like giving me such a hard time, but you're able to like communicate now in a more efficient way. Whereas beginning of the year, maybe that's something you struggled with. I definitely feel effective communication is really going to benefit you guys at the end of the year. Some of you guys could be even taking like a communications class in school, maybe like public speaking or something. Okay, and December. I have the 8 of Cups in December. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, December. So I feel like for you guys, this is walking away from anything that doesn't really feel right anymore. So what you were doing mid-year, hi Daisy, what you were doing mid-year with this new creative opportunity and you starting that could shift your path and make you feel like, okay, what I was doing in the middle of the year creatively doesn't really resonate so much anymore. So I'm just going to leave that there and I'm going to move on and I'm going to do what I feels right now. And I feel like that's what you're doing. It's like this isn't a complete shift. You know, this isn't like I'm changing careers from this one thing that's all the way over here to this completely other thing. It's like along the same in the same category. You guys are kind of like like there's little branches coming off this like twig of different things you could do in the same category. Almost like if you guys are, this is an example, I don't see this here, but it's almost like if somebody's getting their doctorate and it's like, do I want to be a pharmacist? Do I want to be a surgeon? Do I want to be a pediatrician? Like this, there's these little branches off of like that, like that degree. Can't find my words. There's little branches coming off that specific degree, but then you guys have to decide which branch you want to take. So I saw 333 again. That could be a reminder, and there's 3 here. That could be a reminder for you guys to balance, and also balance your mind, body, and soul with this Hermit card. I also see that, making sure you're taking care of everything and you're balancing so you don't get too much in your head, especially with this fantasy and reality, having trouble distinguishing the difference. Okay. So I feel like that's about it for you guys. Also, as I was saying, the balance, I have Temperance here, and this is balancing. Like, this is balancing, I mean, this card is like healthy and not healthy. She's balancing cupcakes and carrots, but this is also balancing, maybe you're taking up like some meditation or like yoga. Maybe you're starting a yoga class to help to ground yourself, if you're too in your head, and also to meditate more when you're too grounded, you know, keeping that healthy in between. Also eating healthy, keeping the healthy in between of the things you're putting in your body in order to help yourself. So yeah, I feel like that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading and it was able to give you guys some clarity for the new year. I definitely see a lot of good things happening for you guys, so I hope you guys are excited. If this is your sun sign you're watching now, definitely check out your moon, your rising, and your Venus signs. Venus if you're more interested in love. So yeah, I feel like that's about it. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you liked it, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.